get really, really tough because you hit those double electro harpoons, you go in with the overheat, and you can run over someone like this Gnar.
And Poppy is very, very strong at ganking Gnar specifically.
Yeah,
Of course,
the dodge.
they're all going through the minions too, you know, trying to push the wave, blah, blah, blah. But
Pioshik coming top. He wants Dokla. Early flash from the NRG top laner. Contracts is on his way top, but he's a little bit too late. Summit and Pioshik working together, looking to get the damage. It's first blood over to Team Liquid. Contracts can't get anything back. Summit and Pioshik escape, and Team Liquid strike first.
yeah, so now that top lane has been jungle diffed and kind of decided there, but they haven't gotten it in. Hex flash over, he's not done.
Beautifully done from Contracts. The Hex flash, along with a steadfast presence.
It was heading top at 230, and now Contracts is Hex Flash behind Summit.
He wants it again. There's the steadfast presence. Summit wants to hold the E, but it ain't gonna work. Dokla takes him down, and NRG's going in for the 2v2 here in bottom lane. Yawn flashes out, barely survives with 50 HP as Ignar and FBI are keeping the pressure on. Pioshik coming mid, looking for Palafox, who can just use the shifting sands to get away.
I love it. Keep your voice warm.
Force out the flash, then make a play after. TL, though, grouping up as 4. Again, wanting to force a very early dragon. Palafox gets stunned up by a quick combo from APA. Ignar's approaching from below. FBI's coming up here too, but the Drake should be secured by TL here immediately. Palafox wants to go in. They're immediately going to knock Yawn right back into the rest of the team as the damage pours through. It's going to be Palafox killed first, traded back for Yawn. 1 for 1, and Team Liquid take the Drake. Ignar having to escape now from Core JJ and get out of the way of that dredge line. Wants to try to use the terrain, make sure that it blocks him, but it's going to find him still. Contracts coming back to reinforce his FBI, and Ignar, as per usual, swapping up the lanes a little bit, but you can see Palafox rotating up to mid now as well as Pioshik's coming around from the side. Immediate engage, throws his opponent's support right over his shoulder. Ignar in trouble with the equalizer. Fighting to turn around. Palafox with the combo and a wombo. It's a double kill for Dokla, and they call him big.
For Summit in exchange.
Yep, Palafox and Contracts, total control over the pit. No approach from Pioshik, no smite even available.
Really concerned about the AP.
Ignar's got flash, and it looks like NRG setting up a possible play onto APA.
Yep, Palafox immediately with the swoop, trying to find the Xerath.
They get 2!
The follow-up here with the Keeper's Verdict. It's Contracts and a killing spree. Pioshik is headbutted back over the wall by Ignar, so it will not be both kills.
In that situation, but now they could look for a redive potentially. FBI has to be respectful of this. You can see Ignar's coming down.
Core JJ trying to lead the way on this one, but Yawn's the one with the turret aggro. APA finds the 3rd shot, and there it is. The artillery barrage ends up taking him down. Nicely placed to secure the kill and guarantee that Yawn flank. Team Liquid, their jungler's very low. They gotta be cognizant of that. Ignar still has the Alistar ulti ready to go. Palafox missed the swoop, but APA's gonna die to the equalizer. Dokla goes on the rampage as Yawn flashes out. Contracts falls back away from Yawn CPS, and Summit's ready for the Mega Gnar entry. He ain't gonna find it just yet. Nice double knockup coming out from the support as Ignar gets it done and flashes back over the wall to survive. Yawn won't get anything with the zap as the soldiers move forward, and Core JJ engage. He wants to find it. Summit won't get anything. A massive double root from FBI. Core JJ barely walks it off, but NRG.
Contracts hits, they push back Yawn, and then watch the sequence here from Ignar as he's able to peel off the engage on the side.
They summon up the Herald to force down the tier 1 here in mid. Yawn firing the zap back over the wall. Summon in the meantime took the tier 1 in top, so that'll be
the execution. And with NRG sending everyone down for this dragon, no one is answering Summit on this split push. He's going to be working with the Rylai's, so going to make those skill shots a lot easier to hit as well.
And that's a really, really interesting choice because it makes it much easier to hit consecutive ultimates, as we perfectly see on screen right now. Thank you for the example. Contracts goes in though.
They initially find the wall bang on Pioshik, who tries to get away, but the steadfast presence locks him down. FBI having to pop the cleanse to make sure he doesn't die after the shattering strike stuns. FBI gets to eat all of the honey fruits. They left those for him. They want to be able to heal up. All right, Summit's got the Mega Gnar. They're ready to come try to stop these guys. They eject the enemy support from the fight. Summit's going to be held at bay by the headbutt. Energy going in for the Baron and securing it here immediately. Wallbang back into the river there from Contracts. Summit ain't going to die yet, but Energy going to be careful. They got to try to get away. Zeri's ready to go crazy. Dokla wants to hold him off. Wall up ain't going to find nobody as Summit goes forward. Ignar back over the wall with a massive head. Yawn and Summit being chased down. Palafox with an engage onto 2. APA tries to get away with the net still burning, and Contracts looking for the damage, and he's going to find it. Palafox with a kill. Energy absolutely shit on him. Core JJ can't get out. What a massive play!
NRG don't lose!
3,000 gold, and Baron buff for the next 90 seconds means they can only build from here.
I mean, they've got a stranglehold on this one now. You know, they had already been winning. You can see Ignar and Contracts constantly with the double Hex Flash are threatening these flanks. But look at the damage out of Xerath.
It's still not enough to stop the push machine from NRG, which is...
It's going to make him really tanky and very difficult to deal with in the 1v1, but it's not that effective, you know, in that 5v5. You can see clearly they weren't going to march down mid and force responses because Yana's showing top and Summit's showing bot. There's no one here to defend except the Xerath.
Yeah, Pioshik's on an angle where you can... It's the one way, I think, that you can really lose your foothold in this current state of the game. As Contract goes after Summit, he's not going to find the full CC in the wall. Summit's got no way out of this when he might try to turn it around with a Mega Gnar, but there's just no way. FBI's on a killing spree, and Summit is down.
The Summit Classic.
Chunk down, Team Liquid's moving up.
And Summit can keep pushing. Summit doesn't have to TP now. That is the biggest thing here. Summit doesn't feel he has to respond, so he's just going to go for the base.
FBI still healing up off of the blue. Pioshik's ready to contest the Baron as the equalizer comes down, and Team Liquid's having to back away now. CoreJJ, Yon, and APA all taken low. Ignar goes over the wall trying to stop Pioshik, but the Baron isn't low enough. Summit's still working on the tier 3 back of the base. The Baron's taken low. It's going to be secured by Palafox of all people. Dokla with the Flame Spitter. Pioshik won't get anything here with the Magnet Storm. APA firing back as CoreJJ's taken low. A TP coming in from Summit. He wants to join the team. Dokla will be sacrificed for this one. Ignar might just go down too. He's stuck far away from anybody that might be able to help him. He's going to try to recall, still escaping. Goes for it. Baron empowered recall might just get him away. He's gone. Pit. They're firing off those Xerath ultis. They won't find FBI with him this time. Sidesteps all 5. That is huge. That is massive for NRG. They're starting to DPS the Drake, but they got to be careful. They don't want to allow Pioshik to try to flip it and steal it away. Equalizer down to everybody. They eject the enemy jungler. The Dragon is claimed. The soul belongs to NRG.
Really clean stuff there from NRG.
The wave. He's also got teleport to come help end with NRG. NRG are pushing hard.
Flash.
Yeah, Ignar was ready to go. He wanted to see if he could catch Summit, but he won't be able to do it. Dokla's still defending back in mid as NRG are going to force the issue. Find their way into the base. Fight through the tier 3, looking for inhibitor number 1. They'll get that one immediately. Yon is still back in the mid lane. He won't be able to join up with the team just yet. 4-man squad.
And look through bot again.
Walks up to claim it. Right of the Arcane, looking at Palafox, but honestly, not hitting enough damage. Only 2 of those shots connecting. Ignar jumps in for the headbutt pulls, but it ain't enough to find any kills just yet. Yon approaching from below as Summit is still split pushing towards the enemy base.
Yeah, it's Summit just going through that bot lane. It's about when they're going to be able to call his bluff. NRG either have to engage or they have to answer. They need to make a decision quickly. If they hesitate, they're going to lose their inhibitor for free. And now Dokla is going back, so NRG really have...
Teleports are available for the other solo laners in the game. APA, Palafox, Dokla. Palafox misses the ulti, but Yon's immediately going to get comboed. The power of Ignar to lock down the enemy Zeri. The stasis won't keep him alive. Ignar gets the shutdown as CoreJJ is going to eat the equalizer. Pioshik and Core both very low. Pioshik dies next. Flash wasted. NRG finding a huge engage.
They don't have to win.
Liquid to try to fight this. Maybe you try to steal it with a Xerath snipe. That's the play. They take it low and Contract secures it. NRG with the bet.
In this one, NRG have multiple engage options.
Summit is on the flank. He's coming from Shadow here, but he has no Mega Gnar. He's walking up.
What is he doing? Summit! Summit!
He's dying.
Summit! He's in Guardian Angel. He's going to resurrect, but he ain't going to have anything, and FBI is on a rampage. The split pusher is
going for him, and now look at Ignar. He's positioning on the side. They can go.
Contracts goes in. Equalizer over the top. Yon is locked down. Palafox has killed him. Surely that is the game. Team Liquid heads straight back into the fountain. Palafox using the stasis to survive the right of the Arcane. NRG on the victory march. APA is engaged on. He will melt. He will burn. Team Liquid is done. NRG are going to make their run to the finals. Contracts will return here after all these years. 20-4. NRG take the series.
You can even change the name of the organization, but the faith from